Hello everyone, and welcome to another tutorial on how to fill out your real estate transaction forms. And in this video, we're going to go over the confirmation of seller's agreement to compensate buyer's broker from sale proceeds. This is a seller's agreement to pay the buyer's broker with respect to the subject property listed below. In this line, here we enter the address or the location of the property. In this line, we enter the purchase price of that property. Here is the next line to enter the seller's first name and last name. There are two lines if there are two sellers of the property. If not, you can leave the second line blank. Listing broker, here you put the name of the listing broker. Buyer, here would be the full name of the home buyer. There's a second line here for the space if there is going to be two home buyers. If not, you can just leave this blank. And then here we would enter the buyer's broker's name. Let's scroll down and continue. So number one is just a confirmation of what this is about. In summary, the seller understands and acknowledges that broker compensation is not set by law or any realtor association or one key MLS and is fully negotiable. Number two is that the buyer has entered into a buyer representation agreement wherein the buyer has agreed to pay buyer's broker a fee. Number three, the seller agrees to pay to buyer's broker an amount equal to a percentage. It could be 1%, 2%, or 3%, whatever the percentage is that you agree upon with the seller of the above purchase price. Or instead of a percentage, it could be a certain amount. It could be $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, whatever it is agreed upon with all the parties for the sale of the above described subject property. Number four, buyer's broker acknowledges that the buyer broker payment being paid to the buyer's broker does not exceed the fee set forth in the buyer representation agreement. Moving forward, number five, buyer and seller agree that seller's payment of the buyer's broker payment is a marital term of the purchase agreement between the parties. Number six, the parties agree that any dispute concerning the terms and conditions of this agreement that cannot be reasonably resolved between them can voluntarily be submitted to a mediation proceedings. Let's move forward. And then here below we have the seller, buyer, and buyer's broker intending to be legally bound hereby sign this agreement. We have two spaces here for two sellers. This would be the signature of the seller by hand, the date, or it can be a digital signature that legalizes the document by using an approved software that legalizes the digital signatures. Buyer has two spaces. If it's two buyers or if it's one buyer, you can leave the second space blank. Then we have the buyer's broker by the name of the broker of the agents, the dates. Up next is the acknowledgement of receipt. Now this part is optional, but generally it is signed by the listing broker. Put the listing broker name here and the date. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the agreement where the seller understands and acknowledges that broker compensation is not set by law. However, if everyone agrees to it, this would be the confirmation of the seller's agreement. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and we hope to see you on the next video.